What do you call a dog that can do magic? A labracadabrador. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. It's time for another shave with Areffa Soap. Soap or soaps from Ukraine. Not the Ukraine, from Ukraine. I might call it the Ukraine. This is a crazy pumpkin, and it's a vegan base. I actually only have the sample, but I printed out what it looks like. I got a sample from my buddy Zvezdan. Thank you, Zvezdan, for sending that across. So it's a small sample. This comes from Ukraine. It's the vegan base. Areffa has bear tallow, badger tallow. Why not? Just kill those suckers while you're making brushes. Vegan and some other stuff. So a lot of different bases. I'm going to use my little stick here and do my usual my usual smearing in the face with the sample loading. I watched a live stream with the lady who runs Areffa Soap earlier today on Instagram. That's always interesting. You know, sometimes you want to meet your heroes and sometimes you don't. Wow, this thing is slippery. This is going to be tricky. Bear with us. Bear with us. But she was lovely, lovely lady. Had a live stream, maybe the first one she's done. Felt like it. So she did the origin. She went through the origin of the company. How she started out in the Ukraine and now she's having buyers all over the world. And she was so grateful for the support she'd received, especially since when the war broke out in Ukraine, when Russia invaded Ukraine. She had to leave the country for 7 months as a refugee and was received in Bulgaria and tried to run the soap company from there, which was tricky. Her parents managed to stay behind, so they helped out. Her father is a professional beer brewer. So he horsehair brush. Well, it's vegan, so I have to use something animal-like in the shave. So he brews beer, and one of the bases she has, Alicia is her name, is I think it's a tallow base that's cooked in beer somehow. I can't remember how she does it, but that's the influences from Dad will be why there's a beer base, if you will. So very cool, and just a fascinating story. Managing international shipping while your post station is getting bombed by invading Russians is not easy, but she got through it, and she was very grateful for supporters and customers she had all over the world, and just a good story, really good story. The bear tallow soap I used the other week was fantastic. So let's see what the vegan soap base is like. Not a strong scent on this. I tried to figure out the scent notes so I would know what it's supposed to smell like, because that certainly helps. couldn't find it. I don't know if my Ukrainian isn't good enough or if it's just not on the website. But it's crazy pumpkin. It smells nice, but that doesn't tell you much. She did say that with very few exceptions, you can get basically any of the soaps or the scents, and she has quite a few in any of the bases. Not always when you order online, but if you give her a call, or she'll figure it out. She said, to be honest, it's a little bit tricky to make samples, samples of something I haven't done before, because it's a very small quantity. But she certainly aims to please, and what an attitude. If you want another combo, let me know, and I'll see if I can cook something up. Quite extraordinary, actually. So she makes pre-shaves and aftershaves and soap and maybe other things as well. And just runs her company from Kiev during the war. If nothing else, you may want to give it a look. I'll put a link in the description just for that. So super easy to make a lather. This looks so incredibly slick and even. Fascinating how easy that was. Let's hope we did a good job. I'm shaving with Böker, I think. Don't have my glasses. Well, I'm not going to put them on. Böker Edelweiss from Germany, from Solingen, mother of pearl, the handle, and it's a cracking razor. It's 2 shaves in a row with the Solingen razor, and when I use one, I often wonder, why don't I only use Solingen razors? You really could. Look at that. Wow. So smooth. Do you know what I mean? There's not a wrinkle in that thing. It's just heavy. You can see it almost falling off. By gravity, it just gravitates to the bottom, and wow. As much as I appreciate the challenge and the sport in making a Mitchell's wool fat lather good, if you have a lather that just builds itself, basically, it's quite nice. So very much low structure, high density, and it's like, look at that. Look at that. That's slowly falling off. But it's not coming off. What an incredible lather that is. Sometimes when it's too dry, it will do that, and when you rinse it, it doesn't rinse quite as easily. This one, just perfect. So for people who want a soap that makes a lather easily, this is a winner. But artisans who make an effort to go on social media for an hour. I didn't watch the whole thing, but for an hour, basically just to thank people for their support. And there's no bullshit. She named names, and yeah, it was really cool to see. speaks good English too, very good English. She's an English teacher, or she is by education anyway. So yeah, Areffa Soaps, check them out. I haven't checked what vendors they have she has outside Ukraine. She said, yeah, Areffa Soaps, it's only me. I'm the soap maker, I'm the accountant, I'm the post guy. What happened there? I'm the cleaning lady. It's just her. And she started out because her daughter had, paraphrasing, sensitive skin and needed special kinds of skin products. Her husband had reactions to shaving soap, etc. So that's how she got started, like a lot of artisans actually, to help out, to solve the problem. So the brush swallowed a lot of the lather because that's what it does. So this is quite thin, right? Second coating is quite thin. You could use more soap, but let's see what it does when it's a hint of a lather. Still incredibly slick. Perfect moisture. And I added quite a bit of water from rinsing. Swedish tobacco in the way. Perfect. Very, very nice feeling to the skin. I've been outdoors for a good part of the day today, so my skin is dry, very dry. And when that is the case, you notice, or I notice more easily when the soap really dries the skin out and when it doesn't. So this thin coating is really all I need. And it stays there. It's super thin, but it's stable. And again, it's thin because of how much soap I used. Now, a good soap, this maybe should be a standard for trying out a new soap base. A good soap, you can bloom it. Look how thin that is. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it's all you need. Good soap, if you bloom it, and I don't bloom soaps except for Mitchell's. You bloom it for a minute or so. You take the blooming water, so no loading of anything, of a brush. You take the blooming water, you put that on your face, and you build a lather from that. If that gives you good enough lather for a soap, then you've got a winner. So yeah, maybe I should, I never stick to routines, so I shouldn't say I will, but it is an interesting way of trying out new soap bases. You can use, which is pretty much the same thing, you can use the Doug Bear frothing method, which is when you have a pack of soap in that has a lid you can close tightly, so a normal plastic container. You put a little bit of water in it, you shake it until it doesn't make until you can't hear the water anymore, and you open it up and it's just froth, and you use the froth only to load your brush and you build the lather on your face. That actually works with most soaps. And if that doesn't work, you've got a soap that isn't quite up to spec. Beautiful shave, very easy shave. Feels really good on the skin, which is surprising, to be honest, because as I said, I put my skin to the test today. Rinses off, you have to work at it because it has good residual slickness, but just a great feeling on the face. I have an Areffa Soap aftershave, which I'll use, not the matching one. Yeah, where is that? Zvezdan, you forgot to send that. I'm sure you got one, or not. But this is from Smoky Midday. So it's a different scent. I've used this before. This was came with the soap with a bear tallow. 5 drops, or was it 6? All you need. Gonna put more on just because. So, as Alicia said, she has a bit of alcohol, not too much. She said not so much that it hurts so that you feel it's your last day on earth, which is a good calibration. Fantastic aftershave. I've used it quite a few times, and it just goes into your skin for a few minutes. It feels a little bit sticky, tacky, but after 5 minutes it's all in your skin and you feel great. I don't know what she puts in it, but it's one of the best aftershave splashes I've used, or one of the best aftershaves I've used. Yeah, already. Tackiness is gone, it goes into the skin. Beautiful. Smashing. Really impressed with Areffa Soap. Give them a look, and yeah, that's it. That's it. It's Saturday night, so I'll probably go to bed soon. God, I'm getting old. Should be out clubbing, but we're not having that. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you soon. Stay sharp.